Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the Rewind Cast, and we are back with part 2 of the Justice League Zack Snyder cut. And this was, again, of course, epic. We're going to pick up right where we left off. Part 4.
Change the Machine.
Change the Machine.
Yeah. That's
Obviously, Cyborg has a very big role in this whole movie. But then in this segment, you get to see a lot of layers from Cyborg and why he is one of the main characters in this film. Not even in this film, in the whole in that comic book series against Darkseid. Cyborg is a very, very huge key to Justice League. So
yeah, like I said, like what I find fascinating about like watching this movie. Like I first the first 2 hours was fun, but then the last 2 were amazing. I mean, just top notch amazing. But what I like about this most is that you get to see the backstory of the Flash and also Cyborg, and Cyborg especially because this dude's in pain. This guy's you get to see it. He's in pain. He used to be a superstar, and when he played football, he got in trouble with the dean, and he spoke to his mom in the college, and then I guess he was like he's intelligent. He could be captain of the football team, but then but he still likes to do things like that, fun things, and you get to see more of his this character side, his realization. So it's basically what I was trying to say, that it's pretty dope to see that side of it. So that's why the people are more engaged now with the character, because they get to see that.
Yeah.
With the We Didn't Cut, this guy just showed up, the box.
Yeah, he had a few lines and that was it.
And that was it.
That's all.
We spoke to his dad got kidnapped, or with the.
And we didn't get to see that part in the Joss Whedon cut.
Yeah.
So seeing the father more,
and he was crucial too.
Yeah,
Shout out to Joe Morton. Joe Morton, that good dude. He played the father.
That reminds me, don't leave this guy around robots.
Yeah, because it's funny. We was watching Terminator Judgment Day, and the same thing, man. Just don't leave this guy
around
with robots at all.
Nah, it's not your thing.
It's the same exact thing. The way he just went out and like in was it the Star Labs?
Yeah, the Star Labs. Yeah, that was a dope sacrifice though. It did nothing, but it was still a dope sacrifice.
Yeah, it gets to show you the because I guess the whole time the father saved the son, whatever, but the son deep down inside was like, I prefer to go with my mom. I prefer not to be like this, because he feels disfigured. He feels like he's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He doesn't feel
human.
He's not a complete human. So like soulfully wise, he's kind of disconnected. So you get to see that his father's trying to cheer him up, tell him he still has a life, but you can still see there's like a disconnect. So with the father's sacrifice and him seeing it. Cyborg seeing it, you get to see the basically why he gets to see his father sacrifice for him, and then I guess that was maybe trying to show that his father did always love him and everything he did. But
I think that was one of the more apparent parts where he was just like, I understand you don't really want to talk to me and this and that, but I'm still your father, and I'm still gonna sacrifice myself for you. So, and I appreciate that he did that. That was really dope.
Because you could still tell, like, there was just like, there was a disconnect. That's what I felt like what the movie was all about. Like, I felt like Batman was disconnected from Earth, because he's so used to he's been Bruce Wayne, Batman for like 20 years.
Yeah.
He's already been
fighting criminals in Gotham,
criminals in Gotham,
aliens in space.
Superman showing up in Man of Steel, and and then you get to see like how much he's changed. He's changed the planet, changed everything, the world, the government. Everything is just so super sensitive, or everybody's super scared because they don't know if this Superman will go rogue one day. Then you start seeing all these metahumans come out.
Exactly.
So I feel like Batman in this movie feel like he's disconnected from that. Aquaman, me personally, I feel like he's disconnected from being the king of Atlantis, because he has no idea.
In
what
their
that
own way,
is.
they were all disconnected until it took them to get together, and they got.
That's what I was trying to say. Like back to the point, because they were all disconnected, and I think maybe the most major one, and also I think maybe to the Flash, because the Flash, you get to see him try to like speak to his father and things like that, and things will work. So you can see there's like a disconnection with each of them. They're all going through something. So that's why I really feel like the Snyder cut was way more satisfying, because you got to see all of them each have a purpose. Like Wonder Woman doesn't want to go back home, or maybe she go back home because too much going on. So they're all disconnected.
From her people, or whatever, and she's still. Should I go back? Should I not go back?
Yeah. So,
but I think that if they do, hopefully they do the next one. If they do, they're gonna have to explain Wonder Woman going back and her becoming the queen.
Yeah. Because I was getting a lot of that like that basic disconnection vibe, and ironically the whole point of Steppenwolf's goal was to unify the mother boxes, which is called Unity. So the whole time he's unifying himself,
and they're disconnected.
And they're disconnected, but they get connected, and once their unity is a lot more stronger than the one that he tried to do. So those are the things that was missing, and also in the Joss
It's
Whedon.
very good plot points too.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it sounds like. There's more art to it. You get to see more of it.
Yeah,
you get to see more of the
definitely.
characters. So that's how you get fully invested. And there was the blueprint was there the whole time. It was just, you know, like we said, it was unfortunate events. And things
I mean,
like
it takes
that.
time. I mean, great things come, you know, with the time.
Yeah, but yeah, that was dope, man. What did you think about like Cyborg and all that?
I appreciate Flash's role in this heavily because at the end, you obviously get to see him time travel. Well, even in the beginning when he saved Iris,
Yeah.
he, you know, slowed down time, whatever. You know, brushed her hair, got himself a hot dog and shit. Because Flash needs to eat. He's a speedster, so he needs to.
Yeah,
shout
that
out
was
stuff like that.
You see, that was just the things that what made this movie so great. Like it wasn't.
I appreciate that
overkill.
part too when he was ready to touch the mother box, and then he said, "Don't, Barry, don't," and he went, "Go," and he ran and still wound up touching it. And what was cool is that when the picture was falling, you know, at first glance you're thinking, okay, he's just stopping time, but no, in reality he's slowing down time enough so that before the thing hits, he can actually touch it, and then it'll want to touch. And the picture too was
and the picture he's talking about is the picture that's on the resurrection pod, the pond that was that Lex Luthor was tampering with. That's how he created Doomsday. It's basically a death machine, and I guess that's one of the reasons too was the paranoia amongst the teammates. The teammates was like, hey, you guys are gonna do what?
yeah, exactly.
So you understand? That's another part that was cool about these chapters that's coming up was that they just realized like, okay, they got into a big serious fight as a team. Aquaman realized that he just can't ignore it because his culture, his people is also involved with this conflict with with the guys. So his hand is forced in it. The Flash just wants to be around people. he seems like a lonely kid.
And also towards the end too when he time traveled, that's also Flashpoint, which leads into the Flash movie, which they're doing. By the way, Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are both going to be.
You thought Michael Keaton was in Batman Returns?
No.
This is going to be Batman Returns.
This is the real
Batman. This is my favorite Batman. This is big for me.
What do you think they're gonna? You think they're gonna do Batman Beyond?
Well, Batman Beyond with like a future, like a McGinnis.
Yeah, with Michael Keaton, I think they're gonna something like that.
But that's what you see. That's the thing that we started talking about in our other video when you could catch that too. In part one, that like DC has so much material and stuff like that, they can actually go anywhere with this. So they're talking about multiverse. When you have a multiverse, hey, anything can happen.
There's a multiverse.
So why not?
Happen, yeah.
Why not? Like they did a little teaser at the end of The Dark Knight Rises when this guy, whatever, he became the cop, the one that helped him out. That his name was Robin the whole time.
Something Blake.
Yeah, Officer Blake. Yeah.
You should use your surname. His name is Robin.
Yeah, and it's Robin. His name is Robin. So technically, he was the real Robin in Christopher Nolan's world. And you just that whole image of him getting up in the Batcave and stuff like that. It's like, why not? People just love that. Just that one little 5-15 seconds. So give them a movie. They got the stuff. They got a lot of things to do. But yeah, this movie was way more deeper. Like I said, like to me, like when I first saw it, the first one, because we saw it twice. So when we saw it the first one, we was
real fanboys.
Yeah, man, day one, baby. So everybody,
we're not okay. One, because obviously we have to do we want to do a proper review. Also, because the movie was just that good, and we're not just saying that because we're DC fans. It was just, you think we want to sit here and watch a fucking 4-hour movie? No, we don't. Like I'd rather watch a 2-hour movie, 2.5 hour, like max. But at something of this magnitude, you have to watch it in its entirety and watch it again just to make sure. I don't want to give you guys some false information. We don't want to give you guys false information or just give you a shit review. We want to tell you the real. So,
and I'm gonna tell you, he's right because I saw it the first time because I just was curious about the Snyder Cut. I was actually amongst that group that was like maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the movie came out in November of 2017, and I was so pissed when I saw it that I heard about it and I looked it up, but we already thought it was gonna be like it's not gonna happen. The movie just got released, so. That of course I was gonna see it because I was a part of like that. That was like this movie being released was a huge thing for me, and basically DC because look what has happened now, and that's what I'm getting out of it. Because first we saw it because that's what we do. The second time we saw it because we enjoyed it, and we also started picking up things more, like the whole disconnection.
A lot of more Easter eggs. The second time around, rather
this
than
whole time, it was just basically like they were all you could like. you could tell like in the Josh Whedon version, like okay, that there was a possibility that they were conflicted or whatever, but you didn't really understand. But now you completely understand, and I think it's all about just disconnection. And also Steppenwolf felt disconnected. What was that whole thing about? Like he can't, can I come back home? Like what's going on with
disconnected
that?
from him and Darkseid, because the Darkseid.
Like I want to see more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would like that. That's what's so dope about it.
If they do make this is why I hope they make a second one. Restore the Snyderverse, people. Restore the Snyderverse. If we have to make another petition for this shit to get done, we need to sign it.
Yeah, but this is where things are gonna get tricky because like Warner Brothers is gonna hear the fans, but then Warner Brothers, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who runs it, so But
listen,
every time
you guys need to get it together, people.
Every time something's working, they just change it all around and stuff like that. They change more Batmans and Supermans, and I guess then like the jet switch quarterbacks. So like
that's some funny shit.
It's just crazy like how much they're always constantly changing.
Yeah, I guess it's all whoever's running marketing too.
Yeah, so hopefully like with this multiverse, you can have a Snyderverse, you can have a serious tone, solo movies like the Joker and things like that. And I heard rumors too that they're working on a Blue Beetle movie. So
that's been in talks for a while. So hopefully
I'm a huge Young Justice fan, DC baby. Like a Blue that you see that's a superhero that a lot of kids will go crazy once they find out.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, man, like kids like Shazam, and Shazam was like way older than our parents. Like that thing is old. Yeah, that comic is old, right?
That's
I'm sorry if we're wrong and stuff like that.
Shazam was in Justice Society, so that's what
he was in the first major DC league. So
that's when like Justice Society. That was like.
Yeah, that was just basically like
that was during the war, so I was like, that's gotta be.
Yeah, that was like in the early days like of like the comics and stuff like that.
Because before there was Justice League, you guys gotta remember there was Justice Society
of America,
of America, and if you guys are not familiar with that, you guys can obviously Google it, go on YouTube, or you guys can just watch Stargo.
Yeah,
Stargo is another reiteration of that.
It's a plug into an ancient comic, but it's shown in a way that is from modern times.
Their characters are pretty cool too.
Yeah. So it's that's another thing. That's basically DC has access to the golden age of comics. Basically, the golden age of comics is when things were like it's prime time. This is like '96 Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Like they were in their heyday. Everything they touched was just gold. So they have all those stories, all that access. So. If we have to push it on this platform, hey, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because we support. We always support. We support the filmmaker, and we also support the fans as well too. So, I really feel like maybe one of the successes of Marvel Studios because Kevin Feige there's a lot of fan service. He listens to his fans.
And he's a fanboy himself, and he's a genius. He just knows what the people want because he would want to see it himself. And that's how I think Warner Brothers has to, put their mindset. Think like that. If people want to see Public Enemies, Batman and Superman, why don't you just put it on HBO Max? You guys, you got the tools now, so there's no excuse. You can't say, oh yeah, we don't have enough characters or enough material. That's bullshit.
Yeah, man, definitely. So like I said, like this movie was the parts that basically what I was kind of worried about.
You want to get into the Batman part when he fucking reversed the car and he was shooting out all the parademons? Badass.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's so much to get into. Like I was basically saying.
And then the pose when he shot the building and then they froze for a second. You just see that
they all froze. They all jumping and you see Batman in the Batmobile. It was crazy. Like I was going back to the point like the recruitment. Like when they figured out, even when the first strategy, it was like this is plan A, and they were like okay, and that was it. It was no more like let's do this, we'll do that. Like everybody was just be like, yeah, let's just calm this dude down, and all that type of stuff. So it was dope, and you get to see the union of it because there was a cool part when they're digging for, this is a morbid movie when they were digging for Clark Kent's body. You see that the Flash and Cyborg they talking about it, and you get to see like. The Flash joke around like, oh, you think she likes younger guys, and then Cyborg's like she's like over 5,000 years old.
Everybody's
a young guy, so you get to see them connecting and stuff like that, them joking and things like that. Then you get to see Wonder Woman and Aquaman have that conversation, talking about like she hasn't spoken to Atlantean. They don't know when the last time the two people spoke, and he was just straight up like, I don't know, I'm half human.
I don't get into the politics.
I don't get into the politics and stuff like that. And then they both had a similar saying, and both.
And you can see that because when he was talking to
name?
his uncle.
Yeah.
What's his uncle's name?
Vuko.
Vuko, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He was talking to him, he
V-U-L-K-O.
kept telling him like, you need to take the trident, bro. This is yours. Like you can't rule Atlantis without this.
And,
Like, you need this.
and that's his mom's trident too, because his mom was the queen. So that's like, that ain't no ordinary trident.
Nah,
that
my
trident
mama.
got royalty. If you
That's
watch
my mama.
Aquaman's a good movie to just go to, I'm telling you, go to HBO Max and get that and just watch it. And because that's the thing too, like the Justice League Snyder cut already had leadways leading, like my man said right here with the Flash paradox. People like Flashpoint. Ain't nobody picked that up. You thought he was just running fast, but that's what actually
because on camera it looks weird.
Yeah.
Like seeing him just. Like,
yeah.
They think he's like
And
bugging
he
out
says
or
it too.
something.
He says it too. He's like, okay,
He's like,
Barry,
okay,
now
it's time to be the fastest man alive. Right
now it's time to break the rule. It's time to break the rule now. It's something that he probably thought about, but he was actually scared about.
Yeah.
That's why me personally, I feel like the Flash is the most dangerous, one of the most dangerous characters in DC.
A character that could travel in nanoseconds, that's a dangerous character.
Nanoseconds, only that, go back in time.
Go back in time,
when
change time.
Yeah, when he feels like it, like it's crazy. So you got to see that. So with the Aquaman's cousin, uncle,
Yeah.
and then you got Mira. She's like, I guess she's like a family royalty. I guess like if he becomes king, that's gonna be like his first, like his queen. Like that's like a runner up and stuff like that. So you get to see more of that, and that leads to Aquaman. So if you're done watching Justice League and you haven't seen Aquaman, go watch Aquaman.
The vision was really crazy when Cyborg stuck touched the mother box, and then he saw like the future, the nightmare scene which is in the original Justice League.
Because he had
well, actually, it was Batman vs Superman, right?
The first one, the first one that we saw was the one that he saw. That basically Superman was crying.
Superman was holding Lois, yeah.
And Lois is
Thanos,
I'm talking about like melted. It was
and now having the Marvel thing. Thanos, Darkseid holding Superman's shoulder, like come on this side. And that's when you see Superman, raise up, use the red beams.
Yeah, the red beams.
Holding Batman's head up.
And then he's just floating on top of like the Hall of Justice, and then everything is all messed up because it's supposed to.
Yeah, because in that movie that you see Batman that's what he bought the building for was for the Hall of Justice.
So basically, I know another thing too about a lot of confusion with the mother boxes. The mother boxes are not just to like transport Darkseid to Earth. The mother boxes is basically to take over Earth and change its atmosphere and its planet into the form of
the
person's desire.
Because he wants the anti-life equation.
Yeah. So basically, what the Earth that we see is just what Apocalypse would look like if it was on Earth, and it was. Yeah. And Superman was evil, and then you see Superman with the Batman cowl.
And but that's another comic too, the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
When Supergirl was another major character in this. I was hoping that they would have like a little hit towards Supergirl, but But like it's still a little baby steps.
It's still the beginning, and that's why I'm really happy. I couldn't be more thrilled that this movie got released because it's gonna basically guide DC. Like I'm telling you, everybody's not giving it a chance because Batman vs Superman. I ain't gonna front. I saw it.
It was a bad movie. Just say it. We can say it.
But after a while, I got to appreciate it. But then that
when it came out, 2016.
But you could still tell that the studio was so heavy on Zack Snyder when it came to Marvel because it just you could still tell like
it was rushed.
It was rushed and it was marketed really hard, but it still made 864 million like that. So that's still awesome. So Warner Bros. Got their money back for sure. But
that's what they cared about, just the money aspect.
Yeah. But sometimes these movies got to be successful because if not, we're not gonna get no more of them. And we love these guys. We don't want studios to never be like, hey, we're not gonna make another Batman movie, even though it's impossible. But
not even that. Just make characters that we never seen before on screen. They'll never make them because they won't have confidence in DC.
Pushing for it. Look, already Kevin Feige and Marvel already got a leg up.
Put it this way: if you're a DC fan, push for more content. Yeah. Just you can email. You should email. Go on there. Just email Warner Bros.
Because I know you guys are tired of watching the same old Batman and Robin animated.
I love Batman. I'm tatted up. I have Batman. I love Batman. Don't get me wrong, but I'm tired. I quite frankly get tired. I want to see new characters. Like this guy right here. I know he's got a TV show on CW, but I don't want to see it on CW. I want to see it on the big screen.
So, yeah, guys, like that movie was just dope to see them get all together.
Oh, how about when they resurrected him? They changed a lot of things too with that fight scene when he fought Justice League for the first time. They changed a lot of shit, like that whole.
Oh man, when the dude was just like when Superman first showed up, and then he was like this, and then all of a sudden he just throws he hits him with his axe or whatever.
What does Wonder Woman say?
He freezes it, and then he just breaks it like that. That shit was fire.
What did Wonder Woman say that you kept laughing?
Oh, that part, yeah. Wonder Woman,
Kal-El, no!
Yo, the thing about Wonder Woman is like she was funny in this movie, but not funny like we making fun of her. But it's just like I don't know. I feel like we're gonna remember it forever because they're like memorable moments. Like we was watching Superman fighting. You know, Superman woke up fucked. You know when he wakes up all fucked up. Like
yeah,
he's like,
just,
oh
he's
shit.
still like bugging out.
He was like, yo, why y'all looking at me? Where my shirt at? Like, you know, he was bugging. so he was just basically. Then you see like Superman about to go for like the kills. I guess was a Flash.
He's ready to kill Batman. Yo,
Yeah.
Flash tried to run into him. He like dodged him. And he knocked into
but Flash did
Aquaman.
his thing though, because Superman was throwing them Tyson swings.
That's because it's the Flash. He can dodge that shit. But that should have been Batman.
Yo, he made weather the shit out of Superman, bro. Like he was basically like, yo,
what's going on?
Yo, but that was pretty dope to see that, you know, and that was another thing too. Why like it was Cyborg.
No, and I like that they changed that because Batman had a corny ass joke in the first one, in the Joss Whedon one. He said something like when Superman knocked him over, he hit the cop car, and he said some stupid ass shit like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt or leave a mark." He didn't say any of that. Like he was literally fighting for his life. He was using his vanguards, man, his gauntlets and shit.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like everybody be like, "Oh, why Batman like suicidal?" But it's not him suicidal. I feel like we said like this is an aged Batman already.
Yeah.
Like this guy's been in the game for 20 years. You know, he has his bad history with the Joker.
Well, that part
should
should have been taken out when Wonder Woman had set his bones and shit like that to show
that was
that
a dope
he's old
scene.
because that's true. Like you know it's
he is human.
Batman's that age. He's not gonna be fighting aliens and not need a chiropractor.
But let's just be real. What makes Batman so fascinating is that he's us and he's rolling with these motherfuckers.
He's rolling with them motherfuckers. He got no superpowers
whatsoever.
But he would beat you.
And that's what makes Batman so gangster. You know, things like that. And they knew what's up, but this guy was just a mag because not only that, his resume, dude, he's like, dude, look what I done in Gotham. You know what I'm saying? Like they scared of me. I'm Batman.
I even Gotham in other cities too.
So like that was dope to see that and to see them get together, and it was like I said, it was all about unity. And it's funny how like this guy, it was all about disconnect and unity. That's what I took the last time watching it. Like there was basically they were all disconnected from something. This guy was disconnected.
And I think the funniest part of the movie though was when when Superman was came to realization that you needed to help these guys. Also because Martian Manhunter pushed Lois to talk to him.
Yeah, that's another one.
That was
too.
a cool surprise. Seeing Martian Manhunter like that talk to Lois, and then
he was there the whole time.
And then
you gotta get the name of that general. What's the name of that general?
I forget his name.
You gotta get the name of that general.
Yeah. It's the general from Man of Steel.
We gotta get the name of that general.
But yeah, seeing him like that, and then that forced Superman to come help Justice League. But when he did though, when he fought Steppenwolf, he was like not impressed. Fucking thing hit him. That shit
Yo, it was a wrap because once Steppenwolf was like, oh, Kryptonian. Like that's it. Once you get caught by like your race, like Kryptonian.
Kryptonian, you got mad scared. Oh shit, I'm shook.
He was like, well, I mean, he didn't know probably his name, whatever, because he's still it's still foreign to him, whatever. But I see that's another cool thing too, because maybe
then he froze the fucking his fucking axe and then knocked his shit loose. I was like, oh, okay.
And then I guess, and another reason too why he said Kryptonian is maybe Apocalypse, that planet where Darkseid's from. They probably got another history with the
Kryptonians,
so,
definitely, of course.
So for him to be like Kryptonian, because he's very aware of where Wonder Woman is. Like he just saw her like quick. He was like, oh yeah, you're an Amazon.
But Darkseid knows the Kryptonians the most though. Like he has like a thing with
they're
the
from the other side of the galaxy.
That side of the galaxy,
yeah, which is dope. Which is like whole another realm for DC to get into. People wink wink. So sure. Yeah,
if you want, go on Google. There's literally a map, and it shows you like literally the map of the multiverse of DC. You got the monitors on one side, you got Darkseid on one side, and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Sure.
So that's what I was just getting a lot of from the second time watching. The Snyder Cut is all about just getting back together, and
that was gangsta at the end too. Yeah. When they saw Darkseid like, what's up? They were just standing there like, we ready.
Yeah, Darkseid
we got the gang hit. What's up? Like, we ready.
Darkseid was looking at them like, oh yeah, I'm good.
Darkseid's like, hey, I need a little more time before I come out.
Dyson's one of Darkseid was like one of those dudes that would be like, yeah, I'm gonna get you later.
Or you're saying that from inside the house? Shit?
Yeah,
like, you ain't coming outside, motherfucker. Saying that.
Like, like this bar get way more lighter as you approach. so yeah, man. So yeah, he ain't ready for that. But yo, who knows? And then he said it too. He was like, yo, like, cause I guess Steppenwolf had some kind of device, like some magic teleportation. Like once he sensed the mother boxes open up, because they cracked open by Superman's yell. That was another thing.
Oh yeah, that was right from the beginning. Yeah.
Because we thought like in the original Justice League, that they just started shaking. Like, okay, I guess watching movies, like, oh, it's time for the mother boxes to wake up.
That's from what we like normally see.
Yeah. And this Superman, his death scream, like I guess that was like his last scream, like his last breath. Like that thing shook the whole planet.
Should open up most of the freaking mother boxes. They should open in the mascara. I was like, God damn, I should travel that far.
Yeah, so that was pretty dope how they added that and stuff like that, which is way more.
Yeah,
like,
way more gangster.
And and a lot of people were saying like, oh, that's too dark, but dude, we already told you, like this is DC, this is how things done over here, things like that.
Yeah. So.
That first, I ain't gonna front. If you walk in to see, the first like 3 minutes of that movie, and you see Superman like you
got out, oh shit.
It's a real painful, probably a painful thing to see if you're a big Superman fan. And yeah, man, I guess the movie was all about unity. It's just coming together. They were all disconnected in a way. Batman was disconnected from the world. He didn't recognize it anymore. He's miserable.
No.
He
especially after we saw at the very end when he was talking to the Joker. That shit was funny as hell when he told
but look how disconnected.
Harley Quinn told me to make sure I kill you slow, and by the way, I'm gonna fucking kill you. That shit had me.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, we gotta talk about that coming up. That and also another thing too that I found interesting was that Batman was disconnected, and Batman was really disconnected, that he didn't even see the good that Superman was doing. He just did not see it because Batman just lost faith in humanity. You know what I'm saying? He was just
and I think also because if you watch Batman vs Superman and you see like him causing destruction, it's not him causing destruction. He's just fighting off somebody, but Batman don't see that. Batman just sees somebody like a bunch of aliens fighting in the air, smashing buildings and shit like that. And he sees people getting hurt. He almost the freaking debris almost killed the little girl.
If there's one person or one hero in the world that knows about when a good guy goes bad or a good guy goes rogue or a sidekick goes rogue, is Batman. That's why Batman has no trust. He was like, I don't care that dude. I don't know where he's from. Him and some of his people's messed up the planet.
That's the thing with Batman too. He don't trust anybody at all.
So I think that's the disconnect. And I guess Batman basically kind of like, because he felt bad because there was like a slick little 1 minute, 2 minute you see Batman just staring at the very beginning when Superman is stabbed by Doomsday's Krypton, whatever. It's basically, he's made out of like kryptonite too, I guess, right? Like little pieces of kryptonite. That's what makes it more dangerous. And it was pierced inside the soul, so you get to see Batman like see that. So Batman had to redeem himself, and then
because he felt bad. Like I gave this guy shit in the beginning. When I first met him, and he's over here trying to protect us.
But it's not really his fault. But you gotta also understand like where Batman comes from too. Like being Batman in that freaking shithole city like Gotham. Like
Gotham is New York on fucking crack. Crack in the 80s too.
That's some funny shit.
Wow, man. Gotham, they got motherfucking power plants in the middle of the city. That's a wild ass fucking city, yo.
Ace Chemicals right in the middle of the city too.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, these motherfuckers get all right. But yeah, man. So like Justice League, I'm happy for Snyder. He brought that vision back. Yeah, we get to finally see it. I hope this could be the stepping stone. Right now, I feel like there's gonna be another wave. There's gonna be people to continue the Snyder.
There's rumors that he's not gonna make another one. There's rumors that he's going to make another one. And,
I really feel personally they're not pitching this to him. That's me personally speaking.
They're
not gonna go with him.
I don't think so either.
They're not gonna go with him.
I don't think so either. But that'd be a slap in the face again, because he just gave you a fucking classic. Why would you not go back to the man that just gave you a classic and then let him do it his way this time?
And let's be real, Warner Brothers. There's a show that y'all won freaking Emmys or Golden Globes for, and it's called Watchmen, which is another DC thing.
Yeah.
And which also Zack Snyder directed. So
which was a classic.
This guy's been holding down you guys for like a while already.
That's another 3-hour movie though.
Which one?
The Watchmen movie. It was like a 3-hour movie, but it was still fucking awesome though.
Watchmen's a dope movie. Like Watchmen is really the artwork and stuff like that is amazing. That's actually one of my favorites.
Cinematography is just
that's actually my favorite Zack Snyder movie is The Watchmen. And
it's 300 for me. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, when it comes to definitely. I see what 300. Come on, that's a legend. Yeah. That's a GOAT. But yeah, man, that's what I felt like the Snyder Cut was all about. This basically, maybe, who knows? It was probably
it's his baby. It got out the way he wanted it and intended, and it was a lot of people. I'm hearing that a lot of people like the 4:3 ratio. I didn't mind it. It reminded me of old movies. Like just reminded me of going to Blockbuster and putting in a DVD and just watching a movie in fucking 4:3. It's not that bad. Like, and it's in 4K. Like, how could that be bad? Like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, man.
I think people just looking at things to nitpick about the movie just because it's DC.
Nah, and also like the most badass part. But man, dude, when Superman motherfucking laser beam homeboy's motherfucking ear or his horn, whatever the hell that shit was.
Oh, he just stood over and
yo,
I was like, oh,
this Justice League, yo, they fucked him up.
Yeah, they whooped his ass.
They freaking cut off homeboy's freaking. First of all, they broke his freaking axe. Superman froze that shit. They sliced off half his ear, and then on top of that, when they were gonna throw him back to Darkseid, Wonder Woman gets up out of no, he gets stabbed by Aquaman with the trident right in the chest. So he's already fucking bugging. And then all of a sudden they throw him back to Darkseid, and then Wonder Woman comes out of nowhere.
Darkseid just standing like, oh shit.
Man, I'm telling you, Wonder Woman goes for the head. Yo, nigga, she not thought, son. She said, oh, fuck this.
She don't play this shit.
Hey man, she cut off his head, and then Darkseid just gets the head, and he looks at it, and he just squishes it like, dude, I don't give a fuck about this dude. So I'm telling you, if they're gonna continue with this route, because Snyder, you guys gotta have at least some kind of dialogue with this director. If he's not gonna direct it, he has to be a part of the creativity team.
At least the producer or something.
It has to be done. Because that was too
not
much of a good ending of the way that this movie ended. Like, I wanted more. I never thought I would say this.
I need more.
I never thought I would say this. I would want more of that of this movie.
Forget it. Sign another petition, guys. Might as well, because Warner Brothers not gonna listen. So you gotta make them listen again. They're that hard-headed.
Like I said, to me the theme of the movie was disconnect. I guess we gotta freaking try to unite the fans with WB Studios, because that's a major disconnect. But yeah, man, that was the theme of the movie. That's the feeling that I got from it. Like, it's just basically being disconnected from something. Necessarily has to be, a person or a city or whatever you love, or maybe God. It could be anything. And there's a way to find that connection amongst others that are disconnected as well. So that's what I really big time got off of Justice League, and that's why I say this is the best movie right now in the DC extended universe.
Yeah.
And when we talk about DC extended universe, we talk about Aquaman, Man of Steel,
Shazam, the rest of it.
Yeah, so that I want to see the DCU continue at least for a little bit. Like, we're not asking for 10 years.
We have a Black Adam coming up with The Rock,
which is a part of the DCU. That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be crazy. And they actually teamed. He's a bad guy, but they actually teamed up with him to fight Darkseid.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping that that things get a little bit better with this COVID, because I really feel like The Rock deserves like a big blockbuster to play that movie. Like, I want to see.
He deserves one. He's got like $1 billion of them already.
No, but I'm talking about like in the theaters, superhero wise. Yeah, that would be crazy. What? The Rock is what?
Hell yeah.
Like I told you, Shazam already got popular, and some cats paid attention, and they're like, yo, we need to bring Adam, and look what's happening. You see how things are presenting up, and people are still respecting that Aquaman too.
But I heard about The Rock being Black Adam for.
I think it's something like
he got signed, but then they pushed it back because
I think he is like a fan of the comic, or he likes it or something like that. Something like he has a connection with the comic, because he's been talking about it and stuff. Like, he hasn't confirmed nothing, but he's apparently he's a huge fan to the character. So I'm telling you, that's gonna be.
You got that coming. You got, like I said, we got the Green Lantern HBO Max show coming. We got the Ben Affleck show coming. They might do a Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck Public Enemies on TV, and I just read that. I was like, "Oh shit!"
And they gotta bring back my boy Joe. Was it Joe Malengo? Joe Malengo.
Joe Malengo. Yeah.
Yo, what?
Well, no, he's Ben Affleck's villain. He was supposed to be.
Like, you just can't show Deathstroke twice in that movie and not expect him in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Snyder hooked y'all up.
That's true.
Snyder hooked y'all up. Y'all have no idea what this man has done for y'all, and y'all only gave him $70 million. And the trade-in was no studio interference. So this was all the director's vision and stuff like that. He didn't have to do that. Who's gonna profit after that? It's not gonna be Snyder. No. It's gonna be them after if they're gonna continue using his vision. So he hooked y'all up. So y'all hope y'all see that shit. They probably do.
I hope you guys reciprocate. Just give the man a fucking job. Just let him run the rest of the Justice League and DC in general. You might as well.
So I guess what was your favorite part? Like, your favorite part? Like a movie, like something that you're gonna remember. Like, okay, I'm gonna remember that.
Honestly, it was Batman, and actually no, it was Batman reverse driving and shooting at all the parademons, and then when he crashed into the building, or before they crashed into the building, they posed, and like you see Batman, you see Aquaman. That part was mad. Like, to me, that was like, all right, cool. My childhood just came to life and shit.
What? Because Batman was on that plane. on that bat plane, and then all of a sudden the Batmobile came out, and then this dude's just bucking, and the parademons, they were like, what
And
the
they had to go in
fuck?
reverse, and he's fucking shooting.
Yo, and then you
like,
see the parademons getting on
shit.
it, they ripping the gun, like, enough of this shit, man. This dude is
They got
fucking
pissed off. They were like,
he was
fuck
bugging,
off, man.
Yo, but I'm telling you, man, Batman. And not only that, like he was grabbing that alien gun, the alien technology, and figuring it out mad quick, cause he was shooting mad cats. He was shooting mad cats with that shit. Like he figured out how to use their weapon too. So you gotta understand, like Batman's
a very
you know what I'm
intelligent
saying?
guy.
He ain't up there fighting with stepping with one-on-one, because you know the deal. Like let's be serious. But he laid out the game plan for them to be successful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went after the shield. He made sure that the Unity didn't connect. The Flash was huge importance. And then Cyborg, man, the way he stopped the
We got everything we needed in this movie. Everything.
Put it like this, and I feel like Cyborg was the only one able to do that because he's a part of the mother box. But he needed help, and then when Superman came, it had to be Superman. Superman just came and was like, boom, and they closed it up real quick. What do you think about Black Suit Superman?
That's Rebirth Superman. Yeah, that's
Black Suit.
That's straight up comic book, man. That's just straight up. That's what you want to see from the comics. Straight up.
It was dope.
The Rebirth.
It was dope. I liked
Also,
it too.
I noticed that Lois, when I think it was the other Justice League, when she was talking to the mother, and then the mother had a U-Haul. Well, actually, Lois was carrying a U-Haul box, and then in this one, she's carrying a baby basket.
Oh, that's dope.
And then I also picked up that she was pregnant, because when she looked into her little
Yeah, she was looking at the
pregnancy test or whatever. So that's that opened up for either Jonathan Kent or one of Superman's kids. So
that's crazy. That's crazy, because that gets to show you that where Zack Snyder was like headed to this and stuff like that. That is wild.
He made it with the intent to make another one.
Everybody got satisfied. I'm telling you, if you was an Aquaman person, you was messing with that battle and
Highly satisfied.
And if you was a Wonder Woman fan, you was satisfied with that freaking that music.
Either one of those, you could be a favorite hero, and you were satisfied.
Batman, every scene he fucking is in, he's in the motherfuckers.
Wonder Woman's not my favorite, but when she came out and started doing this shit,
no, but that gets to show you, like that's why this movie.
Let's
that's
go.
why this movie was dope, because you got to see all that cool shit. Like you get to see Aquaman fight on the water. You get to see him the way he swims. You get to see
Cyborg doing his crazy ass shit.
Not only that, the way Cyborg was like, the way he helped out that poor lady that she got evicted. She had the 2 kids and they were out in the street, and she only had $11 in a bank account.
He wired the thing.
He wired it.
Yeah,
and the way he was just lifted up the money, I was getting like shades of like the Matrix when Neo's like just get hacked in and you have everything access to you and stuff like that. So the way he stacked it up and that he was doing service, he was doing good service stuff like that. Cyborg got a good heart. So that right there was just like, all right, that's my dude and stuff like that. You got to see that, and I saw that was very reminiscent to the introduction to Cyborg and Doom Patrol. To my Doom Patrol fans out there, that was a very, very similar scene with the ATM.
I got actually have to finish
with
that.
The ATM. So to my Doom Patrol fans, let me know if you spotted that too with the ATM, because I know y'all out there. And I know y'all spotted that too for y'all Cyborg, Doom Patrol fans, stuff like that. Nice. So big shout out to Doom Patrol DC. I'm telling you, man, go to HBO Max. So.
Doom Patrol, freaking Doom Patrol, Titans, shout out to Titans. I love Titans is one of my favorites. Like after season 2, that Deathstroke is the truth. The one on Titans, he's a really good actor. Yeah. And just that whole cast from Titans is really
that's my guy, man. I always forget his name, man.
I just called the Deathstroke from Titans. I don't know.
He's actually very great actor. Actually, he's Boricua too. He's a very great actor, and he killed that role, man. That's Deathstroke. That's why I'm saying, like, even
actually, shout out to all the Deathstrokes. Joe Manganiello did his thing.
And
for a little part, you didn't even get like the whole full thing, but
I like the way he sounds. I like the way he sounds, exactly. and if he was to take off his mask, he still looks motherfucking scary underneath.
Exactly. And the Boricua dude, he did a good job. Yeah. And also Manu Bennett from CW, his Deathstroke was he killed it as Deathstroke. Like,
so I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be like, hopefully, like, it's gonna steer things in the right direction. It's a beautiful movie.
I think it is.
It's something that you could basically just treasure, like something like whatever mood, like I said, like the way it's divided, you could jump into any part you want.
Yeah, you don't have to like necessarily watch the whole movie.
Yeah.
And you can watch any part.
And I feel like with a movie like this and this long and this entire, like, we tried our best, and And I feel like maybe there's still things out there that you know that people still haven't spotted. And I really believe it's in the Age of Heroes chapter when basically because in the Age of Heroes chapter they were talking about not just the Age of Heroes like Batman and Superman. They're talking about the Age of Heroes when Zeus and Ares and Lanterns and Atlanteans and King Trident when they all got together, like they were all heroes at that time, but they all had to unite to defeat Darkseid. So Darkseid's kind of sour with us because he only has one L, and that's Earth. And it was actually happened by, it happened. So what's cool about it, Wonder Woman, described the story, and as soon as the story ended, she said it was the Age of Heroes. So what's cool about it, this is the new updated Age of Heroes. Yeah. Like if Earth had to basically defend itself with something crazy, who are they gonna go to?
Yeah, because they have an Atlantean, they have the Mascara, they had humans because they did have humans back in the day.
So that's another thing too. Like because they said that it was the people that hit the mother box was Man, Atlantean, and Amazonian, who was representing man, Batman. Aquaman, and Wonder Woman, vice versa, etc. So that right there itself was dope. And they said that other villains from other worlds came to help. And who knows, maybe that's foreshadowing that no matter what happens with Darkseid, there's always going to be heroes from others, and might be Superman. Yeah. So you gotta understand, like that chapter was crazy, the Age of Heroes. And if you guys want to watch, just watch it again. It's the fight when Zeus is there, Ares is there.
That shit was crazy, man. Seeing Zeus on a lightning bolt, I'm like, oh, shit is Zeus, bro.
I was like, what? And it felt like I was watching Ready Player One, where it was just like a bunch of random characters.
And then Ares threw that fucking axe, and it kind of looks like this guy's throwing what's this, a Stormborn?
Stormbreaker.
A Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And freaking Infinity War.
Yeah.
When Thor threw that shit, it kind of reminded me of that. I'm not saying that they're copied, but it just kind of reminded me.
Nah, but he messed up Darkseid, Ares. It was Ares, bro. It was Ares.
When he chucked that shit, bam, right on the shoulder. Oh.
Shout out to the mythology. Like this dude came out of nowhere and went boom on Darkseid's neck, and his minions saw it, and they were like, "Oh, now we got." He was like,
"Shout out to Zeus for that big ass lightning bolt, man."
That's what I'm saying. Zeus was popping, and stuff like that. So that's what that right there was like so dope. How they just had people that you never thought.
It's just an interesting movie, guys. You really need to really go and watch it. Like I understand it's 4 hours movie, but watch it on the weekend.
Yeah.
Pause. You can pause. it. It's not like going to the movie theaters to watch it.
I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna watch that fight scene again.
I can go and fast forward. That's the
because I'm gonna spot things because I remember watching because that's why I said I got shades of Ready Player One when the big ass battle at the end where it's like random people. Like it was just like the most random people right next to each other fighting for a cause. That's what it felt like in that scene.
Definitely.
Because I understand Lanterns because they're part of DC, but they have Zeus and Ares. I gotta look into that. I gotta really look into to see if there was actually a legit Zeus comic series
that DC
did. Because DC because these comic book companies, they're notorious to having these special editions and stuff like that. Like they did it with the.
Well, if you watch Wonder Woman, they mentioned Zeus.
Yeah,
plenty of times.
Yeah, she's a part of that mythology, so that's a good point there too. So that's pretty because I think DC did it one time with they made horror comics. They did Dracula. They did.
You're right. Yeah, Batman vs Dracula.
So maybe there's a Zeus and a Greek mythology about a comic. So we gonna definitely look into that. Something that we never would have thought of, but if thanks to Zack Snyder, we're thinking about it now.
Yeah, why not?
So that's the whole point. It's an artwork. I loved it. It was good. I just loved it. There's nothing more. Even if it was bad, I really feel like it's not even my place to say that it was bad because this is a filmmaker's vision and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is just
his baby.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we got to.
And it was funny too because there was what I got off of Zack Snyder was the disconnection amongst themselves. But how they connected at the end, and maybe with this movie, he's gonna have some reconnection again. With his daughter, that passed away. Because at the very end, it says for autumn. It says for autumn and stuff like that. So, maybe hopefully he feels they have some kind of connection again whatsoever. So I'm just happy for him. It's a very great Hollywood story. I think it's gonna be told from future. That's it. DC already changed.
Make a documentary on it. Yeah, definitely.
I really feel like with that movie, it's gonna knock out the other streaming service. Right now, we was reading some analytics and stuff like that, and they were talking about that. It's really neck and neck. DC, Winter Soldier, and Justice League.
Go screw yourself.
What you say?
I said go screw yourself.
You take your little sensitive ass up there and let me in.
But Warner Brothers has
Actually, stay tuned for our next video. Is going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, maybe in that we could probably tell them the ratings and stuff like that. Hopefully they come out at that time. So as soon as we get updated, y'all get updated.
Definitely get updated.
You know, we love y'all. We want to do this without y'all. So
yeah, this is the rewind. Oh, and by the way, again, I have guys email me for these mugs, if you like.
get the
Also,
mugs.
and you get that, and you get refrigerator magnet. Also, I'll put it up somewhere here. I have hoodies coming out, so be sure to check those out. This is the Rewind Cast. I'm Jason. This is your boy Varsity J.
Take care,
we
y'all.
go.
Hey, buddy, you better rewind that.